So Gwar posted a video up the other day. It featured a group of Christian assholes outside of a show screaming into a megaphone about God, sin, the Bible, hell, and all the usual fairy tale bullshit. I see stuff like this and it just makes me want to fling my feces at these imbeciles. Yeah, me and just about every other self-respecting primate on the planet. Unfortunately, that sort of action will probably get you arrested. So I've devised a few helpful tips on dealing with these dregs of society. There aren't many guarantees in life, but the one thing you can count on is that if you're having a good time, religion will show up and try to ruin it. Religion, that wonderful age-old tradition of torture, rape, and murder in the name of an imaginary being. The business of selling you a cure to a problem that does not exist. The world's longest running con job. Now I must be clear, I know a lot of Christians and most of them are wonderful people. And to them I say I am not attacking you personally. But remember, nobody is obligated to respect your belief in the supernatural. If fairy tales and magic tricks are your thing, then that's absolutely your right to believe in whatever the fuck you want. And there's even some very cool Christian metal bands that I like Theocracy. I'm a big fan of those guys. But I take their lyrics about as seriously as I would Venom's. Let's take a look at the video.
How do you know, you stupid idiot? You retard?
Are on the side of the devil in what you're doing.
Hail Satan!
There it is right there. Final admission. Now we know.
Now usually the best course of action is just to ignore these assholes. However, the fact that the idiot in charge has a megaphone makes that very difficult. This is outright harassment and should be dealt with immediately. However, yelling, "Hail Satan!" is the wrong approach. This gives these fucking morons exactly what they want. Because what they're doing is shifting the focus off of their own pointless, miserable lives so that they can point their finger at you. It's not like they're doing anything meaningful or worthwhile, like volunteering at a soup kitchen or campaigning for women's rights in Saudi Arabia or anything like that. No, they're trying to shit all over your experience so they can feel better about themselves. So instead of yelling slogans or calling them names, hit them where it really hurts. Ask them the questions they do not have answers to. Because people stop making noise when they're thinking. Here's a few good ones. Is your God perfect? If so, why can't he play by his own rules? There is story after story in the Bible of God killing the people who piss him off. The trouble is he's breaking his own "thou shalt not kill" rule. I've had one preacher even hand me the line, "Well, God can't murder." To which I say that's total fucking bullshit. A God that can't follow his own rules is a God that is not worth following. Have you ever seen a talking snake? Right from the get-go, the Bible is completely full of shit. I haven't seen a talking snake, and neither have you. In fact, it's a fucking impossibility. Ask the protesters, why are you trying to convince me this crap is real? Why did your God murder 42 children in the Book of Kings? This one is really fucking sick. Evidently, God sent bears to tear 42 kids to shreds for the high crime of making bald jokes. I am not making this up, this is actually in there. Ask the protester if they agree with this, and how the fuck could murdering 42 children be moral by any standard? This is the book you want me to follow! I'm sorry, but that shit just contradicts my own sense of morality. If prayer works, why wasn't Peter Wald resurrected? This just in from my hometown of Hamilton, Ontario. Guy dies, wife seals up his room, and prays daily for his resurrection. 6 months later, the family is evicted when they default on their mortgage. And the police and their nostrils get a real nice surprise, courtesy of a partially mummified body hanging out with his new rat friends. If God is real, why has no amputee ever regrown a limb in human history? The Bible keeps telling us that prayer works, faith is the key, blah, blah, fucking blah. If that were the case, amputees should be able to regrow their missing limbs by the power of prayer. But there are only two logical conclusions to this question. Number one, God is an asshole who doesn't give a fuck about you. Or number two, God isn't real, and I'm gonna go with number two. The fact is, prayer just plain doesn't work. If prayer worked, then Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas would not be listed as IMDb's worst movie of all time. Does the idea of someone suffering for an eternity make you happy? Does it give you pleasure? What kind of sick bastard are you? The idea of infinite punishment for the crime of playing in a fucking heavy metal band seems just a little severe, especially when you consider that rapists, murderers, Hitler, and all the bad guys throughout history get the same sentence. What kind of fucked up set of rules is this?
You don't have to be burning in hell like the lead singer of Gwar is right now. He is burning in hell. If he can come in and stand here and go, get away from that concert, repent.
The fact that these dickheads are salivating at the idea of somebody burning for all time makes me want to have nothing to do with this crazy fucking religion. I could go on forever with these points, but hopefully by the time you get through these, you'll have confused these idiots long enough for the venue doors to open and you can go inside. However, you're not going to change any minds. Religion is about the denial of the obvious so the fantasy can be preserved. All you have to do is look at the arguments against Darwin's theory of natural selection, the age of the Earth, the Big Bang. Hell, these retards will even argue against the speed of light. These are all working scientific theories, not hypotheses, but proven theories. Of course, the first argument you'll hear against concert fanatics is, those aren't real Christians, to which I say that's absolute bullshit. The qualifier for being a Christian is belief in Christ. The cunts protesting Gwar, the scumbags from the Westboro Church, the idiot who let her husband mummify, the Catholic priests raping children all over the world are all Christians. As I said, religion is about denying the obvious. They're not true Christians because they're doing it wrong is a pitiful excuse that holds no water. To illustrate, here's a counterpoint. When the extremist black metal thing took off in Norway, nobody ever said, well, those aren't real headbangers. Those assholes burned churches to the ground and murdered people. They were Satanists, a religion just as worthless as any other. And extremists from any religion are fucking idiots. And in my opinion, if you have to rely on violence to get your point across, your point isn't worth very much. But the fact that these were metal guys is undeniable. So stop saying those aren't real Christians because that's a lie. Stop denying it, take ownership, and do something about it. And while we're at it, if you run into someone who says, well, Christianity isn't really religion, hit them with this. Good. Then tell your church to pay their fucking taxes!